Well, full time. Atalanta 0, Arsenal 0, a game that was played down in Italy and it ended in favor of no one. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. This video is powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And even if you want used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and you can as well go ahead onto TikTok and follow them, and you can WhatsApp them onto the same number. So Mono Gadgets is the solution for your phones and laptops. Brand new and used are really the way to go. So this is Rokani David and we're here to discuss the game of football that ended in favor of no one. For me, I can regard this as the worst game of football that I've ever gone here to see Arsenal play in the previous 2 seasons. I'm talking about 2022, 2023, and 2023-2024. Even this season, Arsenal has so far gone ahead to play 5 games because this has been their 5th game and they've been looking badly. And when Arsenal is going to be playing the side of Man City with such a display, you obviously feel a little bit of worry that how are they really going to represent themselves, because they looked ugly today. And for Man City, yesterday, as they drew with Inter Milan, however much it ended in a draw, Man City had all the chances. They really played very well. They opened the team, but Arsenal was like really laid back. And I was like, what's wrong with the side of City? You know, smashed like button close to 100 times. I know it hasn't been a result that very many of you really expected to get, but I believe Arsenal would have gone ahead to do better, but they never really put out what we call a very huge show. And to show you that Arsenal never went ahead to put in a very huge show, let me obviously first show you the stats of this beautiful game of football that was played in Italy. And you'll obviously agree with me that really Arsenal went ahead to put in a very ugly display. Now, Atalanta had 8 shots, Arsenal had 6. 2 shots on target by Atalanta, Arsenal had 2 also. 54% ball possession by Atalanta, Arsenal had 46% ball possession, meaning that Arsenal was outpossessed by Atalanta. 497 passes completed by Atalanta, then Arsenal completed 433, 83% passing accuracy for Atalanta, and 83% passing accuracy for Arsenal. 7 fouls by Atalanta, 11 fouls by Arsenal, 1 yellow card to Atalanta, and it went to Ederson, and 0 yellow cards to the side of Arsenal. Now, 0 red cards to the side of Atalanta and 0 red cards to the side of Arsenal, 0 offsides to Atalanta and 3 offsides to the side of Arsenal, 4 corners to Atalanta and 2 corners to the side of Arsenal. Now, those stats can obviously paint a good picture on how ugly Arsenal looked on the day. No doubt about it, Arsenal looked bad. Let's not even have to hide about it. Arsenal looked ugly, and their ugly display is really very, 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 very bad. And others might take it as a worry, as I said first, as they head into the game of Man City, but it might be a wake-up call, telling these other players of Arsenal that you are not good enough. You are not good enough to obviously raise the bar to beat Man City. And that means they'll get into the game of Man City when they are charged, knowing that we dropped 2 points away in Italy and we have a chance to come up and obviously make things right. Not so? And we have a chance to obviously make things right, and Arsenal is going to have to be given that chance in the game of Man City. And we are just here waiting to see how this side of Arsenal is really going to be behaving over the weekend, because City played yesterday and Arsenal played today, and never say never on what can result into that beautiful game of football. And those were the stats, and Arsenal went ahead to draw away from home. And if you are to compare their start of the season to their start of last season, Arsenal really went ahead to put in a very good show, because last season they went ahead to obviously win their first game at home. They opened up with PSV. They beat PSV by 4-0. Then, away from home, they went ahead to lose their first game to Lens, to Lens in France. You understand? They went ahead to lose that game by 2-1. But the biggest difference is in that game, Arsenal took the lead and Lens came back from behind. I think Lens took the lead. Jesus equalized, and then Lens went ahead to obviously find the winner. I think it was Jesus who took the lead. Arsenal took the lead. You understand? But today, Arsenal looked like they're not gonna score. And this is where you have to ask or question the techniques of Mikel Arteta, that you are into a Champions League that is like a Premier League. Every team is going to be playing 8 games, and the top 8 will qualify to the quarterfinals. And the next 8 and the next 16 teams will obviously tussle it out to choose out one to come and choose out a team that will play into the quarterfinals. And if they continue dropping points like this, Arsenal might find themselves into the top 9 plus, not the top 8. Yet, the mission would be, let Arsenal be among the top 8 teams. And I believe that Arsenal has the charge. Arsenal has all what it takes to be among the top 8 teams into that Champions League. And their next fixtures are really worrying, because if you're having PSG, you're having Inter Milan, but the good thing is that they are playing these teams. I think they are playing PSG, Inter Milan. I think they're playing it at home, and the other teams are really going to be played away. So they need to raise up their bar today. But let's talk about David Raya. That double save, that penalty. David Raya will be given his flowers all day, all night, because Thomas Partey was really tricked. He all passed by a player called Ederson. To me, I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world, though he hasn't gone ahead to obviously be given that spotlight. But he found himself in a position of really not doing the needful. And how did he not do the needful as the guy of Arsenal? By really holding the guy. And when he got hold of the guy, it was penalty given. And when the penalty was given, you knew what followed up. The goalkeeper came in through and saved the penalty, even when he went ahead to obviously head that ball in the back of the net. Raya stretched himself and stopped that. And Arsenal were really good to go. And it is David Raya that saves them. It's David Raya that saves them. And that is it. But if it was not David Raya, Arsenal wouldn't have gone ahead obviously put in the shift that would have gone ahead obviously be discussing in here for you. So Thomas Partey, I think, never looked good today. And even the manager knew it. And guess what he did? He took him off and brought on Jorginho. And he saw to it that Arsenal's offensive play improved and went to another level when Jorginho came into that midfield, because this side of Atalanta couldn't allow Arsenal to play. Even making 3, 4, 5 touches, even in their half, it was really hard, because they did what we call a high press, and they couldn't obviously allow Arsenal to play and really build up. That's why you saw to it that when Jorginho came in through and it trusted 2 players who are really press resistant and act well in small pockets of space, everything was changing, and a lot went ahead to be changing. And when it changed, nothing really went ahead not to really give them the results that they really deserved as the club of Atalanta. And you saw to it that even Arsenal got its best chance when Jorginho and Trossard came onto the field of play. That's when Raheem Sterling went ahead to obviously release a player who goes by the names of Martinelli, and Martinelli hit that ball over the bar. But I understand there are levels to this league, the new Champions League, because there is no home and away, and that is gone game. Arsenal is not going to play Atalanta anywhere. into this fixture, and their next fixtures are really worrying. But another positive for me is a clean sheet that Arsenal went ahead to keep into that encounter. Looks like Arsenal is the king of keeping clean sheets, and the moment they really tussle it out when it comes to scoring goals, and they'll really try to do the needful, a lot is really gonna go into their favor. One will say that maybe it's William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, but Arsenal works as a team. They lose the ball, they track back together, and when they attack, they really do the needful. And obviously, we all know to it that they are missing Odegaard. That is a very huge factor. And for me, I was shocked when Leandro Trossard was not started into the game. And that sent me a message that maybe Mikel Arteta is thinking the game of Man City. And I don't see anywhere Trossard not starting the game of Man City into the middle of the park alongside Declan Rice and maybe Thomas Partey, because he is something special. You saw it that when he came in through, the ball could move from the midfield to the attack. But when Kai Havertz was being played as a number 10, things never cooked on well. Yet I trusted Kai Havertz to play as a number 10, and I was like, guys, what is wrong with Leandro Trossard? That was my huge question. I was like, what's wrong with Leandro Trossard? Because we all know to it that, what's wrong with Kai Havertz? Because we all know to it that he's one of those players that is really good when it comes to obviously moving that ball through the midfield. And remember, when he was at Bayern Leverkusen, that was his favorite position. He was a number 10. But today, his number 10 skills were not really seen. And his best play was seen when he was being played as a number 9. And when Jay Jesus was really taken off. You get, Raheem Sterling came on, and he showed you what he can obviously do or give, even onto the right. And you remember when they're signing this player, I told you that sometimes Saka will fail, and then the player obviously coming through to really solve the equation would be Raheem Sterling, and he came on through and really played very well into that encounter of Arsenal versus a team called Atalanta. But all in all, that game of football was done and dusted, and Saliba put in a very huge performance here. I think I'm gonna bring in that during what we call the player ratings video. That's gonna be following this one after like 2-3 hours from now, and you people obviously come in and really tell me what your thoughts are. But Arsenal is playing Man City on Sunday, and things are really different. One will be like, Arsenal played very badly, you get, but they all went ahead obviously get draws. And what makes the draw of Arsenal more impactful is Arsenal hasn't gone ahead obviously play at home. And remember, they're hosting 4 games at home, and in those 4 games, if they collect maximum points and have 12, I think that will give them a big chance to obviously go ahead and compete for the top 8 positions of this Champions League table. Man City drew at home, and Kevin De Bruyne is also injured. So Champions League is different from Premier League. I saw very many times in the days of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I support Manchester United, when Man United played on Thursday and Man City played on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and we are like, fatigue. But Man United came in and obviously beat Man City, So I'm waiting to see how that is really going to pan out for the club of Manchester United. Sorry, for the club of Arsenal. But let's get down to the table and see where Arsenal is, because they only have 1 point, and it shows you that they are not doing good. So this is the table of the Champions League. Bayern Munich topping the table, 3 points. Celtic, 3 points. Bayern Leverkusen, 3 points. Aston Villa, 3 points. Dortmund, 3 points. Sparta Prague, 3 points. Liverpool, 3 points in the 7th position. Juventus, 3 points. Real Madrid is having 3 points. Sporting Lisbon is having 3 points. Then you see other teams are really having 3 points. Atletico Madrid has 3 points. Brest has 3 points. Monaco has 3 points, meaning that Monaco has gone ahead to beat Barcelona. Oh my God. Then PSG have 3 points. Arsenal have 1 point. Inter have 1. Arsenal is 16th so far. And if the league, or if the Champions League was to end now, Arsenal would simply play into the playoff. They would go for those extra 2 games. Inter Milan 1 point. Atalanta 1 point. Man City 1 point. Bologna 1 point. Shakhtar 1 point. You get, and now Barcelona 0 points. You get, they've been beaten by 2-1. So that is how the table is really looking. Arsenal is placed 16th right now onto the Champions League table. But the big question is going to be, can Arsenal redeem themselves from this level that they've played at to see to it that when they play the Champions League next, they obviously get the best they deserve? Yeah, they can, because they are playing next on the 1st of October. That is 2 weeks from now. And they're hosting PSG. And I think Arsenal is going to beat PSG at the Emirates. Then, after that, on the 22nd of October, Arsenal will have to play Shakhtar Donetsk at Emirates, meaning they're going to be hosting 2 games consecutively. I think that will be great. Correction, Arsenal is going to be playing away at Inter Milan in Italy. If at all you watched how Inter Milan played against Man City, you worry a little bit. But I believe around this time, maybe Martin Odegaard will be back into the team of Arsenal to obviously create or really do that creative bit of it. Then after that, 26th November, Arsenal will play away at Sporting Lisbon. You get? Then Arsenal will host Monaco, a team that has beaten Barcelona. Arsenal will host Monaco at the Emirates Stadium. Then after that, Arsenal will host Dynamo Zagreb. So Arsenal is hosting Monaco, Dynamo Zagreb, PSG, and which other side? Let me look for the other side that Arsenal is hosting. Arsenal is hosting Shakhtar Donetsk, PSG, Dynamo Zagreb, Sparta Prague, and Monaco. I see all those as wins for Arsenal. That is it. I think Arsenal is really going to go through. Arsenal will go through. I think all they have to do is to win their games at home and really force some results, you know, to get like 2 wins away from home. I think they'll be into that 2017 bracket that can obviously take them to the next level. So thank you very much for watching through, and go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts about Arsenal 0, Atalanta 0. We sign out. And good morning to everyone watching in through. Those going to bed, good night. But the game of football is going to hit to end like that. Arsenal 0, Atalanta 0. And one is going to ask me, Rokani, what of other results? Now, today's results were as follows. Benfica has beaten Crvena Zvezda by 2-1. Feyenoord have been beaten at home by Bayern Leverkusen 4-0. Brest has beaten SK Sturm Graz by 2-1. Arsenal 0, Atalanta 0. Atletico Madrid 2, RB Leipzig 1. Benjamin Šeško on target, though Atletico Madrid rose up to the occasion. And then Monaco has gone ahead to beat Barcelona by 2-0. Now, Arsenal is playing on 1st, and on the 1st of October, that's when the Champions League is really going to be resuming. So guys, I just can't wait for your reactions into the comment section below about everything that we're going to discuss about into that post-match reaction as far as this encounter is really concerned. Rokani David is my name, and let's call it quits for now, and good morning, right? What have I going to talk about? Subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 30,000 subscribers. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. And after doing that, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. It's a 5-finger salute to everyone watching in through. I'm going to hit record it late, but it is really very important for you guys to know that things are really moving on thick and fast. So, Mono Gadgets are the sponsors of this program, and they deal into brand new phones and brand new laptops. You know, even if you want a used laptop and a used phone from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and you'll thank me later. Follow them on TikTok, search for Mono Gadgets, and see the wide range of products that they're really having as Mono Gadgets into the mix. So, I'm out. Bye-bye.